I got into teaching thinking that I would always have the traditional bell schedule, the traditional building. In so many ways, teaching online is actually more time-consuming than teaching face-to-face. Because you have so many things going on at once. You are answering emails and grading papers and teaching live sessions and instant messaging with kids and text messaging with kids, and it's hard to, you have to be very careful about turning it off. I'm a teacher for Jeffco's Virtual Academy, which is based in Golden, Colorado. I teach English, primarily 11th and 12th grade English, which would be American literature and British literature. Hi everyone, welcome to class. It is April 21st. I am very glad to see all of you today. My family loves the fact that I'm an online teacher. They love the fact that I work from home, that I have a lot of flexibility. In fact, my daughter has told me that she wants to be an online ballet teacher someday. Unit 8, Session 1, you're going to be taking a look at some of the work by Kurt Vonnegut. Be prepared for a different kind of story. We're going to be reading Harrison Bergeron. I want kids to be engaged with the content, I want them to be engaged with each other, and I want them to be engaged with me. If all three of those things are working together, the kids really care about the class. They really want to be there.
A lot of people have that idea that it's going to be easier than traditional school, but in a lot of cases it's not. And a lot of the times you are the independent learner and you need to take that responsibility upon yourself.
I'm just real with them. I tell them crazy stories about my kids. I tell them about the chickens in my backyard.
Come on, crazy chickens!
So that they know that I'm a real person, because those live sessions are really where they establish just my voice. What's the logical conclusion of that? If we took that all the way through and we really did make everyone equal, what would that world look like? Something that happens in online education that could never happen in face-to-face learning is the way that we collaborate. You think about putting a kid in a discussion board. The discussion can build over the course of weeks as opposed to being limited to a 45-minute class period. Especially for those students who are shy, they can really think about their responses and compose them. I get these answers in discussion boards that I never would have gotten face-to-face. Incredibly elaborate, thoughtful, critical thinking answers that just didn't happen face-to-face because of the time crunch.
People are scared to ask questions in a normal classroom. You can always just email your teacher and they're not going to be, you don't really know them, so you're not going to be like, oh, I'm embarrassed for asking questions. It's a lot easier to ask as many questions as you want.
You were able to make it your learning experience, not the public school learning experience. It was your learning experience.
When I taught face-to-face, I was always worried about classroom management. So when I'm working with this small group of students in this corner who need to work on commas, what's happening in the rest of the class? How much trouble are they getting into while I'm focused on this little small group? One of the things that I love about online learning is that I can differentiate for students and there's not that worry. Everybody's working on their own personalized coursework so that kids really can have a personalized experience with exactly what they need.
You're working with students, families, and teachers in a much different way because you're not really working with them as a whole at any one time. The communications and the relationships that the administrators have is truly one-on-one.
Our testing scores all go on to exhibit that these students are, definitely learning all the material they need and going above and beyond.
It's been an amazing experience for me to attend the graduations of our virtual high school, because what happens is when I first see a student, they look like a stranger. But then they'll say their name, and I'll go, oh, you're so-and-so, and I'm Ms. Kipp, and I get these huge hugs, and these kids saying, you know what, you're the first teacher who ever really cared about me. Think about how bizarre that is, that I've never met this student face-to-face, and yet somehow the work that I did in the online classroom inspired them. They felt like I cared about them, that I wanted them to be successful, and it happened because it was online in some ways.